Okay. All right, good afternoon everybody and welcome to House and Garden Flipper episode 111. Advice at the bottom of the screen is the American garden is rather minimalistic, and today we're going to check our fundage to make sure we don't send ourselves broke while we're flipping this house. And we'll see what happens then, because the other trick with our funds is we're going to have to make sure we've got enough to complete any commissions. And I think 10,000 we're starting to play with fire, so maybe we won't head straight over. We might just see what we've got. That's going to take us a while if we do it. So what I might do is I might go for the huge mess after the construction project, and we'll go for that first. So, hey there, got a little job for you. My dream house has just been finished and I'm incredibly proud of it. Unfortunately, the surroundings are in a horrible state, litter and rubble everywhere around. You know how it is. I need you to take care of it, flatten it out and pave it. I also need a playground for my kids and a spot where I can just chill out with my wife in peace and quiet. Oh, and a swimming pool. A bit of comfort is always nice. Thanks a lot. Accept that one. Alright, so the reason that we're doing this while we've still got 10 grand in the bank is pretty much because if we run out of money, we won't be able to complete this project. So, that's pretty good. Alrighty, so the first thing they want us to do is just get rid of the trash, and actually that's probably the quickest. So what we might do is we might just get this mission pretty much done. You know, I think I forgot to change my blurb when I started this, so apologies if this isn't quite what you expect. So I'm just going to pretty much ignore all of the instructions until I've done what I can on the cleanup front, and then we're going to head straight back this way. So the other reason I'm picking a garden thing is they tend to be a little bit cheaper to accomplish. That I know exactly how much that other one costs. Man, I'm just throwing the garbage around like some kind of weightlifter here. So we will do this as quickly as we can, in the hopes that we can get some sort of flipping done, because I was really looking forward to getting in and starting the flip for the house and car one, but like I said, I'm at that point with funding where I want to make sure I can actually achieve it. If I remember correctly, this was one of those missions that gave me a little bit of trouble getting the 100% complete on it. Yeah, that would be one of the things I might have missed last time. And that one. Alright, so when you're looking for rubbish, we've actually now removed all of the bits and bobs, but last time I removed the scaffolding and I think I actually left the rubbish up. So I'm thinking that was probably where the problem was. Dirt-wise, we're just looking at these tyre tracks in the garden. So we'll just work our way along and get rid of that pretty quick. And you'll notice we're moving as the task list is updating on the side there every time we move into a different zone. So I'm working across zones with this one, just methodically cleaning everything as I get to it. So we'll just get this done really quick. If you have a look, our bank balance is going up at the very bottom, so we're not doing too badly. We have the perk where they pay us an extra 10%, I think we're up to now, for completing the job, so that's pretty good. I might just go grab my shovel and get rid of this. Rubbish will often hide underneath these things, so it's just generally once you get a blue outline around it, you're rocking. So we'll just get that done. Until you get a blue outline around it, you're pretty stuck. Alrighty, the dirt is removed. We are now looking at everything is cleaned up in that section. We're just looking at a removal of weeds for this one. Oh yeah, there it is. And 2, so that's 100% weeds out of there. And away we go with this lot. There we are. Pretty good. So what this means is, because I'm doing a gardening commission now, I won't actually torture you and do any gardening when I get back to the house flip. We'll just get the gardening commission done. And it's through. But like I said, our funds are looking a little bit slender, and if we push up our build too much further, we're going to run out of funding before it's done, which will be an unsatisfactory result for everybody. So what I'm doing is I'm just using the mini map. I've got the perk that allows me to find weeds and see all the weeds in the map. So this is a very handy perk because I very often can't see them in the long grass. So we've got 59% of our weeds removed here. I thought I saw something flicker at me just then. Alright, that should be all of that. And all of that. Nope, we're still looking at weeds here. Sometimes you can recognize them and they won't light up, so when you do, you just grab them. Something lit up over here. Where was it? Alright, it's telling me I'm clear. Alrighty. I just will get the rubbish done while we're here. It's all a matter of just clickery, so we'll just get all that out of the way. Once we got most of the obvious stuff, the map will tell us when we've got more to go. Yep, that's pretty good. Go back to hands. And away we go with this lot. So yeah, so this is one of the reasons I have to do this, is because I got a bit carried away in the buying section and bought a bit much before I actually built it and flipped it, and that probably should have been something I didn't do. So that just means I've got to divide my time between flipping and finishing off the missions and make sure I have the fundage to complete the missions as we go. There it is. Alright, so we should have got 93% of the weeds moved. Ah, here we go. Now we have all of them. This section up here. Yep, 86% of the weeds. But this section you'll find runs all around the outside of the garden, so it's not just that tiny bit we can see there. Alrighty, let's get this done. And away we go. Alright, that's that rubbish done. Just get rid of those bits. So it looks like we've got the driveway completely cleared now. These weeds will be from our 86% area, and I think we'll find that there's a bunch of trash up here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we still have weeds now, only 93%, so we've almost got there. There's a little bit more. What are we at? 95. There's another one. Okay, pretty much. Oops, I'm going to walk myself into a tree again. Huh. Oh, now I've lost the weeds. Okay, let's just check over here. Nope, that's all done. Alright, so I'm going to do a quick circuit of the yard just to see where the weeds are that I've missed. Okay. Like I said, I thought I saw a glimmer over in this section. Okay, that's the tree. And it is a section where I'm supposed to remove the weeds, but I can't find them. So that's right. Whatever we miss here, oh, there we go. It is these little pink menaces. All right, just getting them to light up is the problem. Okay, so the pointer is just a little bit off for some things. So just angle it till you get some light. And you'll find we are at 98% of weeds. Thought I saw some more pink bits a little while down here. Nope. Okay, so I'm going to figure that whatever we've missed is about to get done in by the lawnmower. You'll notice also we're going to have to angle the whippersnipper into the hedge in order to catch all of the grass that's in there. So there's some grass trapped in under the hedge. Just make sure if you're going for your 100% achievement that you there we go, that you get those bits that are in there as well. Okay, we're pretty good for that. Okay, it's a tree, fine. I've walked into another tree. Fair enough. You'll notice I'm not bothering with the lawnmower for this section. It's simply because the lawnmower at this section is going to be more trouble than it's worth because the trees are in the way. So we're just going to have to just use the weed whacker or the whippersnipper, whatever you call it in your country, and just get it done pretty much. I'm also using the mini map looking for the dark green patches because basically the trees obscure a lot of things so we can't see it. Alright, and the little arrow in the mini map will give you your facing, so that will be pretty much how that goes. Right, what do we got over here? Still on 98% for the weeds. I mean, I can get rid of these. When you're whippersnipping, you can get rid of these sorts of things by just raising and lowering the whippersnipper, and it takes them right out. None of them were counted as weeds, though. The other thing raising and lowering can do will give you reach inside the space it in the right direction. So in those areas you can't see, just kind of wave your whippersnipper in the general direction of what you want to cut. And you will discover that you cut most of what you need to. I think I need to remove this bit of scaffolding. Let's just have a look. Alright, remove object scaffolding. Let's just zap scaffolding. Beautiful. Actually, why don't we just do that in all the other areas? Scaffolding, zap. There we go. When I first did this mission, I got rid of the scaffolding first. I think one of the problems I had was that it didn't count the rubbish as being gone when I sold the scaffolding that the rubbish was sitting on. So I missed the 100% completion the first time round and actually had to go back and do it again. And I couldn't for the life of me work out what had gone wrong until I saw the rubbish up there and realised that the first time that I did it, I hadn't cleared that rubbish before selling the scaffolding. So this is just the general cleanup that I do around the edges because the lawnmower doesn't like getting into these little spaces. I mean, it will, but it's just fiddly. Okay, just do along the edges. Might as well get that bit done as well. Okay, and we might as well deal with the trees over here. I mean, there's no way the lawnmower is going to really... I mean, it probably will get in here, but it won't do it tidily. Again, make sure you get inside the hedge. And don't forget to use your... Actually, I might just skid along the hedge like this for a minute. So as you can see, there's some patches of dark green that we're not getting rid of until we aim the whippersnipper into the hedge. And seeing as we're trying to get rid of all of that grass... Ow, that's a tree. We're really not trying to get rid of the tree or ourselves, but we're succeeding in doing both pretty well. There we go. Alright, and... Okay, that area is pretty swish. And that area is pretty swish. Okay. Alrighty, we have all of this done. Almost. Getting there very quietly. Let's just back it up a little bit. Okay. And back the other way. Okay. 36% done just from the whippersnipping. Actually, there's another tree here. These things drive me crackers because they're just a pain to snip around and to mow around. I think it's just quicker than faffing about with the lawnmower to just get the rest of it done. There we go. Right, that area will be quicker with the lawnmower. Okay, where else is awkward with the lawnmower? There we go. This bit here. And along there. So that's all done. What else have we got? Oh yeah, that one. Might as well get this one done. And around here. Technically it's outside the line. That's okay. The client will like it if you do their lawn properly. Let's just get that bit done. The mini-map in this case really helps. You'll find the grass won't show up unless you've actually got the whippersnipper or the mower in hand. There we go with that one. That's done. And we are tracking to get that done. Alright, that's done as well. I'm in it from that angle. Okay, so all of that section is done there. And now that's done as well. Alright, let's just get what's it. You'll notice there's some dark green again in the hedge, so I'm going to have to angle that with the snipper up a little bit just to make sure I catch what's inside there. You can call me Destructor Ducky. There we go. And I'm steering purely by the mini-map at this point because I basically can't tell where the grass is once we get to that point. Alright, I think... Okay, no, I'm wrong again. I've just got to get rid of that tree bit. Alright, we're good. And there's a little bit there. Okay. So I think pretty much what we've done is all the troublesome areas, and we can now switch to the lawnmower, and hopefully I can steer that a lot better than I'm steering this. Hopefully. I don't know. Don't hold your breath. Don't know what happened there. You've got to have your left mouse button depressed in order to get that done. So I'm steering with the WASD keys and just using that left mouse button to mow. Otherwise you don't get any cutting done. This is just one of those jobs where I completely ignore the rooms until I've done the basic cut of everything. And so all the rubbish is picked up, all the little dirt mounds are gone, and all the lawn is mowed and all the weeds are dealt with. And once I've done that, then I'll start paying attention to the individual sections in the yard. Alright, so we've nearly doubled our money just from doing what we've done so far. Started with 10 and we're working on... Oops, looks like I forgot a bit of whipper snipping. That's going to be annoying. I'll have to come back for it. Okay, that's all done over there. Let's just switch over into here. So you notice as we change through different zones in the yard, the task list on your right hand side will actually update and change to the different zone that you're in, which makes your life a little easier or harder depending how you look at it. Okay, 75% of the lawn is done. Makes me wonder what I've missed. It's probably this section over here. No, this is a whole different section. I should have whipper snipped in there as well. Oh yeah, I've missed all of this section. That would explain it. Alright. What I really like is just the way it looks after you're done. It's like any lawn if you've done a bit of mowing and gardening in the real. The way the lawn looks after you're finished, it's just, yeah, it's very satisfying. Alrighty, make sure we get that last little bit there. Nope. So as you can see, the lawnmower is not clipping a certain amount of grass there, and it's just basically because it's, I don't know, maybe it's got a bigger collision zone or something. But that's one of the reasons we use the whipper snipper around trees, is just simply to make sure we get all of those bits of grass. And again. Almost done. I could be wrong about this. It could be taking me a bit longer than I thought. Alright. Yeah. So what we're going to do is just switch really quickly to the whipper snipper, and we're going to just get all the bits that we missed. Although it looks like the game may have counted it as completion, so I shouldn't probably argue with it on this one. Let's just get in there, make sure that's done, make sure that's done. Okay. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm watching the task list now. We've got all of the garden done here. Just need to put grass roll in here. Driveway's done. The terrace is done, except for all the shouting. We've got everything out of here we needed to. Everything out of here is done. This part of the garden is complete. And this part's done. So we're good. We've done all of the boring bits. Now we can actually get on to the bits that are a little bit more fun. So I might just start out the front and work my way around the side. Let's go with this section first. Alright, we need to grass roll this section. But not that section. Alright. I was going to say if we need to grass roll that, I was just going to do them both at once. But as it stands, grab our surfaces, grab our turf sod and our big turf rolls. Now last time, when I first did this, I discovered that if you put them side by side, you got a little gap between them. But last time I tried it, you didn't. So I'm going to take a bit of a punt and see if we can get our turf rolls lined up, and hopefully they'll cover all the areas we want them to. I'll just grab one of the smaller ones to fill that gap. Otherwise we're going to be going back and rolling turf in between the gaps. So let's see if this works now, because last time I looked it didn't. I know I probably don't have to spend this much, that's okay. You know what, I'm actually thinking that I probably have to turf sod this area over here too, so I might as well roll it all the way. And seeing as I've thought of that, maybe I should check. Okay, that's concrete paving slabs, but this is turf roll as well. Alright, so let's just turf what we can, and then we'll patch up the rest that we don't get to. So E to use, left click on the mouse to get that down. I'm going to run into a tree, fine. We'll just cut and finish there, and we'll get into this one. So there'll be a couple of little areas to patch, but nothing bad. I might as well just keep going on this until we get to here. We'll just cut and finish that. Whoops, that's right, it puts me back like a teleportation. Alright, this looks like it's going to get... No, it's going to let me pass. It's not going to let me pass. That's a bit rude. Rightio, let's go with this one. And I probably didn't need to put this one down here at all. Never mind. Cut and finish that one. Alrighty. We'll start from this side. And I'm going to grab these little guys. Put them... Yeah, that's what I thought. It does help if you make sure you've got your turf roll oriented in the right direction before you start. Otherwise, you know, it won't go where you need it to. And just dump this one here. I might as well go and dump that one there. Alrighty. Let's just get that one to there. And we'll do the same with this one. Now you see that little furrow? That's going to be a problem. And this was the reason why I never usually line them up at all, because it's such a pain to have that furrow in between. Normally when I line them up, now if you have a look, you've got only 71% spread there. Let me just grab this bit. We'll zish that down. There's a great big furrow there. That's no good. Alrighty. So what we're going to need to do now is play with the little turf rolls, tiny itty bitty rolls, and might as well do this one at a time. Just get rid of that. That'll be worth a couple of percent. Yeah, 91%. I'm just wondering how much of that I need to bother with. So what I'll do is I'll head into this way. So 91%, we're probably looking at the rest of the 9% hiding in this patch here. So we'll just grab an itty bitty turf roll for this section, and we'll grab another one for that section, and we'll grab another one for that section, and another one for that one, and then we'll just push those along. So if you step into here, still 91%, that's a pain. Now you're looking at 92%, so those little bits where the turf rolls, the gaps between the turf rolls, they're worth at least 1%. Just makes me wonder which other parts I've missed. So that bit's done. Alright, 95%. Okay, there's another space left in between. So this is why normally I don't grab many turf rolls and I just do one. So let me just find that furrow. There it is. Alrighty. Oops. 96%. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to faff about with the these little sections here. It doesn't really look like it's that much, but let's see how we go. Nope, still on 96. Okay, where else have I missed? Right, it looks like there's a bit on the edges. And I think maybe I need to overlap that outside line. Let me just check. Yeah, okay. So just to be sure, we're just going to grab this and push that all the way along here in case there was a patch that needed to be done there. No, that didn't make any difference. Alright, I'm just going to grab that section in between here. This shouldn't make any difference, but in case it does, we're just going to overlap that whole bit right there. And that was it. So sometimes it looks like you've gotten the section done, but you haven't done as far into the edges as you need to. So it's always worth going around the edges if you're ever stuck. Alright, this one wants 3 coniferous shrub creeping dents and then ornamental grasses. So let's get the coniferous shrub creeping dents in. They're going to be our main headache. Oops, not there. Let's go to there. Coniferous creeping dents. There we go. And I might just grab some. I don't know. Actually, I like that one. 3 of them, huh? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's just go with the whole thing. Dig the holes. And this is where we watch our budget start to implode. Down to 9,000 already, but we're also up to 9,000. Okay. Alright, I need 3 ornamental broad at 0.5 and 2 ornamental grass at 1.5. Ah, that's going to be a pain in the patootie. Alrighty, let's try the 1.5 ornamental broad grass, plants, decorative, 1.5. Let me just check my instructions. Ornamental grass 1.5. Okay. That'll be that one. Oh, I don't know. I can live with that. Let's have a look at that. Now, this is where it gets awkward. I'm going to put that one there. I'd like to put one at the other end, but I don't know if it's going to let me. Yeah. Let's see if we can get it into the space. Sometimes you've just got to change the angle where you're standing so that you can get it in. We have ornamental grass 0.5 and ornamental broad grass at 0.5. Okay. So ornamental at 0.5. That's ornamental broad at 0.5, and there's your ornamental at 0.5. So let's go for the broad first. I kind of like the little spindly guy for this one, so we're doing one of them. Alright, I'm going to stick him up the back. And broad grass, hang on a minute. Oh, okay. I didn't think that was. Let's just check where I'm at. Oh, that's ornamental blooming. I'm an idiot. Alrighty. Oh no, I was doing that one. Alright, well we might as well grab another 2 then. Put one over there. And I might put one over maybe here. And I need 1 0.5 ornamental grass. So just ornamental grass, not anything else. Blooming, 0.3, broad. Alright, let's go for, I don't know, that looks pretty. And I think it'll fit. Uh-oh. Right, that one's done. This one he wanted what? Concrete paving slabs by 6 at 100 by 100. Okay, he's doing my trick with the path. So, bing, bada, boom. Surfaces, paving slabs. Concrete at 100 by 100. Paving stone, cobblestone. That one. It's a white house. Let's give him a as light as we can get it. Oh, it looks like we're thinking. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. At least the game doesn't penalize you for putting an extra one in. That's not going to be working very well. So what I'm going to do is, because I don't like to leave that job looking quite like that, I'm actually going to grab a 50 centimeter to fill in that gap. 100 by 50, we'll use the white, we'll buy that. Alright. I might try and see if I can fit another one in. I shouldn't be able to technically, but you never know your luck. Alright, I'm thinking maybe a 50 by 50. There should be some down the bottom. Okay, so that's just going to be a dead zone. Alright, well that's annoying because I don't like leaving the job looking like that. Okay, we're going to go into this zone where we need to spread a grass roll in the area and put a solar lamp modern. Alrighty. Well, let's just go with one grass roll at a time, and because we bought them not long ago, we don't need to go hunting for them. Right. I'm going to sit it as close to these cement rolls as I can. We are going to get stopped by a tree, that's fine. And I'm going to overlap it slightly so I don't have to worry about those little gullies that we got before. Alright, I'm just going to make sure of myself here. There we go. So we just need to do this side. And that gully in the middle. So I'm going to grab the next size down, probably that one. Do a slight overlap. And you know what? I can't be bothered buying a small roll. I'm just going to go right to the end with this one. And we'll grab this one. And we'll do pretty much the same thing. Hopefully I'm far enough out that the tree doesn't stop me. Oh, that's not good. Okay, 96%, which means it's probably that little section there. We need Mr. Tiny Turf. There we are. Just going to put it there. It didn't count it. Why not? Okay. So I'm thinking it's possible that we need to do that trick where we go around the edges as well. So I'm just going to get this bit. Okay, it's not going to fit there. Yeah. So I'm just going to back up and go here. Technically it's outside the zone that they want covered, but I'm just going to make sure. Yeah, okay, so that was it. So even though the boundary, even though we've actually turfed over the boundary and right up to the boundary line, that's what we needed to cover to get that last 4%. So we need 8 modern solar lamps. I'm going to put 4 down here, and I think they probably want the other 4 near the driveway. So let's get that done. We can just go modern solar lamp or solar lamp modern. Let's do the light colors with that one. We'll buy many. So solar lamp moderns. Make sure they're inside that barrier or they will not count. So as you can see, I've put that one slightly outside and it doesn't count. So you've got to bring it in so it's inside the line. I need to kind of divide this evenly. 3 and 4. I'm just going to pivot it the other way. Probably would look better the way it was, but anyway. 1, 2, and if I was being particularly careful, let's pull that in. 3. No, that didn't count. I'm just going to grab this and pull it back. Don't ask me why. Alright, so that's enough in there. Let's check what we need here. 3 creeping dents. Okay, so the same deal as we had in the other area. So hopefully if we just go to our main tab, we should still have the plants we bought for that. So let's go buy many. We want 3 of these. I'm going to be a little bit more careful about where I put them this time. And 3. And hang on. So you need to step into the area to get what they need. So 3 of those, 2 ornamental 1.5, 3 ornamental broad, and 1 ornamental 0.5. Okay. 2 of these. And 3 of the ornamental broads. That would be those. We use the spindly ones, so we'll just get that done. And now I need an ornamental 0.5, which would be that one there. Let's just get out of the garden, and I'll put it. I probably should have dug these trees in before I did this, but anyway, let's just very quickly put them in. Yep, that's done. Okay, we're only doing 2 digs for these apparently. And it's putting the shovel away in between each one. That's kind of annoying. Alright, seeing as we're far enough away, we might as well just grab that one, and cover that one with dirt. Alright, if you check in the mini-map, you'll see that all of those plants we've just planted are green. If you stand in the middle of the area you were doing, you'll find that they're all done. Alright, let's put away our shovel. Okay, the driveway is done. That was our next section. Let's toddle over to this one. Alright, this is a grass roll. This is a grass roll. Is there anything over here? No, that's pretty good. So we can just use one grass roll to go all the way down from the top. Maybe. Alright, so, oh, actually we can go all the way from the bottom. We're going to have to just patch the top, but that's fine. Grab this, grab our big turf rolls, and I'm just going to overlap that boundary line to make sure that I don't have to worry about coming back and working out where I've supposedly missed. So that way we've got a nice clean thing. Let's grab that and we'll do another one. Again, we're just going to overlap where we grassed before. It might not be the most economically expedient method of doing it, but it does save you from having to go back and forth and make sure you cover the ground you need to. That should catch there. And we're just going to grab this one and bring it right as close to the edge of the driveway as we can. Basically because I like a nice clean finish. Rather than having that edge of dirt. And this time we're just going to roll it all the way through. That says I could finish this order right now if I wanted to. I don't, because I want to get paid the most I can achieve. We've now got 15,000 extra coming in, and we've only spent 2 to get it, so we should be able to go back to our house flip really soon. Let's just shift and turn the mouse wheel to get that to turn. Hit use. Whoops. Don't hit E again like I just did, otherwise you won't get done what you want to get done. Let's try again. Just hit that mouse wheel and you'll get pulled through the fence. It's all good. Alright, are we done here? No, 96%. What are we missing? Alright, we covered this side. I'm betting, yeah, there's a strip we haven't covered here. Let us grab our... I'm going to go with the medium. I could probably do it with a small. I just don't want to risk missing it. I need to get out of my own way. Alright, that's under a bush, that's under a bush. No, that's the closest we can put it in. Let's just roll that down. And you'll notice that the green outline is gone. You finished the area at that point. Here we finished. Yep, we're good. The driveway still has one. What's wrong with this one? They want 4 modern solar lamps. We can probably fit, you know what, if we put 2 here, I don't know if we can fit 2 in that little narrow gap. Let's start with 2 over there. So we'll go back into our what we've bought before tab, and we'll go buy many. So they want 4 of them. Alright, I'm going to put one here. I'm going to put one right near the door if I can. Bring it that way. You know what? I actually like that idea. We'll put another one near the door. And then because that would look odd on the other side by itself, we'll stick it in the middle. Alright. Again, the green outline has gone, so you've finished this section completely. Let's wander into this one. What do they want here? Composite decking board 100 by 100. Yeah. Oh no, and broad bushes. I was going to say we'll do the decking board first, but they want broad bushes in there as well. So I'm thinking we'll find the doorway. Alright, we got 2 sliders. So the decking has got to go probably straight out in front of that. That looks like another sliding door. So I'm guessing they probably want the decking to run from this door through to the end of the other one. So let's give them that to start with. So composite wooden decking at 100 by 100. Oops. And if you spell it wrong, you won't get there. So that looks like it there. It's a white house. We're going to give them a light background. We want 26 of these composite decking boards. Okay. Yeah. And even though I've got it slightly on the outside, I am going to overlap, which means I'm probably going to end up wanting to put extra in anyway. So there's our baseline. Alright, I've messed something up. I know, you don't really have to worry about getting it exact. I just happen to like it exact. Okay, so what I did was I put this one too far over. All that means is that the next row I'm actually going to start from this edge because I can see what I'm doing. So that was 6. Alrighty. 7. 8. Oh, not what I wanted. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13 and 14. Let's just see how many boards we get down at that point. 14, okay. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2. Hopefully we don't need more than 4 in here, or less than 4. Exactly 4. 3, 4, fiddlesticks, 5. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an awkward little step about here. And I'm actually going to use it as, they want a plant in here, so they want a broad bush by 1 meter and a couple of round bushes. So let's just see what happens when we do that. I know I'm being lazy and not going through the tabs, but that's okay. How high did they want that broad bush? 1 meter. Okay, it does help if you check the height first. Otherwise it won't count it. That's kind of pretty. And I'm thinking it looks good right there. So the next thing we need 2 round bushes at a height of 1 meter. And we're just going to grab that there. Round bush, 1 meter. I know, right? Let's go with the... let's go with the autumn foliage. It just looks pretty. I'm going to put one over here. And I'm going to kind of put one there, and we'll just pretend that that's how many we need. So let's pop them in. All right, covering it with soil, and away we go. So we've got 16,000 in the bank now, almost. So what I'm thinking is that's getting to be a good point to get stuff done. All right, grass turf roll in this area, and grass turf roll in that area, and stepping stones. All right. And composite decking over here, huh? All right, well, we'll fiddle about with that in a minute, but first we're going to get this grass turf roll down. So we're going to go for the big turf rolls. We're going to overlap that decking as best we can. Just because that means that that little gap between the zones is covered, regardless of whether or not it needs to be. And that means that we won't be wondering where the rogue 4% is. We're going to overlap that just a tad, and away we go again. Can I sprint when I do this? No. Okay, so you can't roll these things any faster. And once more for the kitties. Let's go. We're going to overlap a couple of areas because we can. And that will just ensure this whole area is properly turfed and we don't need to do it again. There we go. If I remember rightly, this was another area I needed to turf, so I might as well just get this bit done. I'm going to buy many and we'll see how this goes. It doesn't usually work too well for us, but let's just see. So I can't fit them flush up against each other, so we might have to deal with those little gaps in between. All right. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to have to fill along that edge. 1 and 2. And as you can see, it seems to be forming a little gap between the two, even though we sat them as close to each other as we can. So we are going to have to go back and patch that bit up. Nearly there with that. Where are we? Okay. So I'm thinking with the house and car house, what we're going to need to do is go all out for the real estate agent until basically we work out we can't get him, and then just modify slightly. So we're going to actually take out the wall between the dining room and the kitchen. No, we're not. We're going to actually move the kitchen into the living room. That's right. And that will give us the kitchenette living room that real estate agent really likes. And then what we might do is, if that move seems sufficiently up the food chain, we're going to put in a sauna. I know, another sauna, but we are going to put in a sauna simply because he likes them and is willing to pay more for them. So all of these little lines that you can see between the big turf rolls, they're worth about 1%. And I think that there in itself, now let's use the slightly bigger turf roll for that one. Use the medium. And we'll just bring it about there. Okay, that should cover all of that and give us overlap so that we don't need to worry about any extra hidden bits. Alrighty, let's get this one done. I'm just doing it all the way because it looks nicer. But basically, if you come into here, you'll see we've only got 95% of that area spread. And once we get this one done, we can see, oops, lost myself, there we go. Now we've got 96% done, and so on and so forth. So we're just going to, like I said, just render our way through each of these until we get it finished. And then we'll find out where the last bit of turf is. And this time, once we've done the turf, the green edges aren't going to go out because we had a bunch of kids' furnishings to put in. So, wow, that's probably worth 2% all by itself. All right. Now we've done everything. So we need a kid's house, a playground, and we need to place some plants. I'm thinking the playground is going to take up the most space, so let's put that one in first. We might just stick with these colours because they're kind of pretty. And I might pop that away from the pool. All right. Hopefully I can put it in here and it won't jam on me because I'm out of space. No. Oh. All right. So the problem with that is I've got it so close to the wall that when I go to do the other side of things, it won't allow me to. So what we're going to do instead is, I'm probably going to have the same problem if I put it by the fence. So we're going to move it so that the slide is facing this way. And we're just going to come out a little bit from the wall. And now we're going to try again. So pretty much I'm just going to flip it. And I'm going to put it so the slide comes to here. And now hopefully when we assemble it, we won't get caught in behind it, which is what happened a minute ago. Oh, seriously. Okay, let's try again. I'm going to have to move it further out. The thing is I don't want to put it in the middle of that space. Seriously don't want to. Alright, so I'm going to try again. We're going to put it up. Watch me get stuck in the fence now. Alright, putting this thing in, take 3. Oh, you son of a gun. Alrighty. So, a note with playgrounds. When you put them in, you need to have all your edges free. And you need to make sure, basically, that, let's back it up so you can see. So you don't want to put it up where I had it before, which is flush against the wall. You're going to have to actually put it out a little bit away from the wall. And it's a pain in the patootie, but that's just the way it is. So just because something won't go in initially doesn't mean that you can't have it in. It just may mean you need to wiggle it slightly to one side. And your positioning won't be maybe as ideal as you initially wanted it to be. These things happen. So you just have to be aware of it and adapt as you need to. Okay. I really wanted it facing the other way, but anyway, not going to happen. Let's go with what did I need next? A kid's house. I wonder what they look like. Kid's house for recreation. Let's grab that. The slide is mostly blue and red front details. So the details, yeah. No, you know what? We could do blue, I guess. No, that's too dark. Let's go with this. I'm just going to tuck this over in the corner. Again, we're going to probably have the same problem. Actually, let's tuck it over in this corner instead. Simply because I don't want to get stuck in a wall. And hopefully I didn't just make myself get stuck in the fence. Yep, I did. Okay, let's try again. Right, so as annoying as this is, this is just one of the things you need to be aware of when you're putting in the various stuff for your build. Alright, I want the house to face. This is not where I would have put it, but anyway. You better not be. Alright, so as long as you can generally see the piece you want to click on, you can usually get it. But remember, you can't use your right mouse to orient the direction you're looking at. You need to be able to see it from the direction you're looking at without making any adjustments to where you're sitting. So slide the bolt in, tap the bolt to make sure it's there. So this is not how I would put this playground if I had any choice in the matter. Right, let's go. What do we need next? We need a medium cherry and 3 rebus. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the cherry tree in the middle, maybe, or maybe on the edge. I'm not sure. 1 medium cherry. Actually, let's put it here. Pop that plant in. And 3 rebus, which is actually the currant plant. So we're going to give them black currants because that's kind of cute. Actually, I'd give them 1 of each. So let's have a black currant, and then we'll have a red currant, and then I guess we'll have a white currant. Cool. And I have to apologize, this is a much longer scenario than I thought it was. That's okay. It is at least as long as the house with sauna scenario. So I may not get to my house flip today. That's annoying. Okay, so that's that section done. This section requires a small above ground pool and some stepping stones. We're going to put the pool in first, otherwise we may not fit it in. So for that we're going to need some recreation. No, we're not going to need some recreation. Decorations and water tanks. Small above ground pool. That one. Pop it. Make sure it's in the middle of your room of green. There we go. And stepping stones. Oh boy. Right, this will make life interesting. Go with that. Go with a dark blue. That's kind of cute. How many do we want? 25. Do I look like a miracle worker? All right. 1. 2. Let's find a narrow bit for this one. 3. 4. 5. And we'll go with 6. 7. 8. 25. You're kidding me, right? Hang on a minute. If it's partly out, does it count as in? Yes. Oh, that just made my life a ton easier. No, not when it's that much out. Okay. Oh, Brilliant. Not so brilliant. What? That's huge. All right, that's it. So you've got to have a certain portion of your stepping stone in for it to count. I get it now. Alrighty. 14. And if you just use your mouse wheel, you can position it and you might be able to get a few more in. 15. Oh God, but not when they do that to you. 16. Tetris, anyone? Here we go. 17. 18. 19. So just be aware when you're doing stepping stones that the sizes vary, and the angles you can get them in at also vary. I'm not sure how I'm going to fit 5 more of these in, but let's give it a shot. No, seriously, what are you doing to me? Okay. What I'm thinking is that one's not going to count, no, and neither is this one. Let me just grab this. Can I move it and wriggle it in? No, it's definitely going to have to go there. Okay. How many more do I got to fit in? 3 more. Okay, here's a spot. Really? Oh man, okay. Let's pop this over here where it doesn't count. And this one can go here where it doesn't count. Haha, this one will count. Let's see where we can put that. Alright, this can go here where it doesn't count. And it doesn't seem to be negating what we've already done in this area, so that's good. Let's toddle. Oh boy, we could be in some trouble here. Alright, hopefully they'll give us a small stone shortly. Right, this is family-friendly programming, isn't it? Aha! I just need one more. Oh boy, I could definitely be in some trouble here. Let's just grab this and I don't know if that's enough of the stone in there to actually get it in. No, it wasn't. Alright, what we're going to do is now we're so going to Tetris this and wriggle it that way. Bring it in so that I've got, yes, just had to get enough of the stone in for it to matter. Okay, so this section's now done, this section's still done, and now we're trying to get 12 pieces of composite decking in. Alrighty, let's see how we go with that. So what I'm going to try and do, let's just go down to our composite decking. There we go. We're going to actually just maybe line it up. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Just going to try and wriggle that stone over just a tiny bit. I don't know if it's going to cooperate, but maybe that will be enough. So what I'm going to try and do is get 3 bits of composite decking going this way, and then we are going to try this could be a problem. Hang on a minute. Let me grab that awkward stone there. I'm going to grab this not so awkward stone here. And then I'm going to grab this stone here and one. Okay, has to be there. And then I'm going to see if this awkward stone here. Alright, let's just double check. Okay, we got enough back in that it was okay. Now we're going to put in our next bit of decking. And I might be able to squeak another bit in here. Let's just see. Alright, good. So we've got 4 bits of decking. We're going to go 4 this way, and then we're going to go 3 the other way, and we should be good. Now that we've got that bit of faffing done, hopefully it should all be done. There we go. So there's our second bit of decking, and that row's done. Now we want an alu arbor, a Desica bench, and a bench with cushions. I'm not sure how this is going to work, so let's just check it out. 1 alu arbor. Go with the light coloured metal. Go with buy now. Back it up this way. This is what I was afraid of. Alright, back it up a little bit more. And bring it right over the top there. Oh, now we'll put it together. Here we go. E for assemble. And 4. Nuts and bolts. It's kind of relaxing just to get this garden done. And we're done. 1 bench Desica and 1 bench with cushions Desica. So let's just go find those. Yep. Okay, so we're just going to go very quickly with the grey and then with the white wood, maybe with the grey wood. White on white. Move it that way. Now you have a front row seat. And then we're going to go with our Desica, bench with cushions. There we go. We were using white on white, which just basically makes our life easier. And I guess we're going to use a grey cushion just to give it a little bit of contrast. Flip it round. That section's done. Nearly done. Table Elvar, armchair Elvar by 4, and a solar lamp modern by 4 in this space. Okay. Solar lamp modern by 4. Alright, it's not going to give it to me. One solar lamp modern. Let's go with buying of many. And I'm just going to put these, so you can see your way in the driveway. And you can see your way in here. And you can see your way here. And maybe just one here for effect. There we go. That's your 4 lamps here. 1 table. Excuse me. 1 table Elvar and 4 armchair Elvars. Let's have a look and see what those Elvars look like. Ooh, pretty. That'll do. Let's go with one of those. We're going to put this about... yeah, we're definitely going to put this here. 4 Elvar armchairs. And we go with buy many. Pillows are going to be the same grey as we had in the other area. We're going to use our white base again and white legs. And buying of many. Here we go. Actually, oops, it's just kind of maybe press the right thing. You know what? I'm going to move that table. Grab that. Now we're good. And we'll flip that round. And we'll flip that around. And we're good. All right, that order was finished. That took a lot longer than I thought it would, so I am going to call it a day there. Tomorrow we have 25, 26 in the bank. We're going to go back into our house and car flip, and we're going to do that. So I will hit enter and accept that payment. 100% of the order complete. Let's complete it. And we're good. So if you're looking at a modern garden, comfortable furniture is the staple of any modern garden. There you go. Okay. So again, apologies that I didn't get to the house and car. That was not my intention, but we were short on cash, and we probably wouldn't have finished that flip without a little bit more cash. So now that we've got that, tomorrow we're going to go straight into the flip. Thanks very much for hanging with me today, and I will catch you all tomorrow, and we will get into our house and car flip again.